There's a plague in gaming that I'm sure anyone can identify with if you play any sort of game online. No matter what game you play, if it's multiplayer, it's almost a guarantee you're going to run into a cheater at some point. But if you want a game where the alleged top elite players are literally all cheaters, look no further than my game of choice, Captain Tsubasa Rise of the New Champions. Today I want to expose this game's current top-ranking quote-unquote player, and hopefully someone at Bandai will see this and clean up the rankings a bit, clean up the game a bit. You see, as a soccer fan, and as a Captain Tsubasa fan as well, Bandai's Rise of the New Champions was like a childhood dream come true for me. But don't go online, my friend, because as much as Bandai has claimed that they've done everything they could to ban cheaters from the game, their ranking does not reflect what they've promised. Like the saying goes, get good, we all say it. I've humbly brought myself up to a respectable 27th place with my team, Online Sucks. Yeah, it's only 10 characters. There wasn't enough room to spell it out properly. But why do I feel that RONC's Online sucks? Well, several reasons. The insane wait time, the dwindling player base, the poor netcode, the lag that allows for stupid things to happen in-game, but above all, it's the cheats that Bandai does absolutely nothing about that takes the cake. What does getting good matter if you're just going to lose to someone who cheats? These are the top 5 ranked players in the PC version of the game, by far the version that runs the smoothest. Black, Stratos, Chinese character, K-Tigers, and Bujin Rikimaru. 3 of them are notorious cheaters, the other 2 are poor sports who are mostly suspected of cheating. They're somewhat infamous among the people in the Captain Tsubasa Discord I'm a part of. Bujin Rikimaru is an OG cheat. His style of cheating is, I'm going to give all my players max stats, and that's enough for me. You don't see him around often these days. He's probably realized he wasn't getting much out of cheating, and has for the most part dropped off the map. K-Tigers, the artist formerly known as Red Devil, is the shame of Korea. A poor sport and an even poorer loser who's mostly cruised to a high rank by forcing opponent forfeits. Just yesterday, I managed to win a game against him 2-1, and he glitches the game in the final minute to ensure that one of us would have to forfeit in order to give the other person the win. Here's how that turned out after an 18-hour war of attrition. Dude, it's almost 24 hours later. And this motherfucker still didn't alt F4. Wow. Yes, he held my computer hostage for 18 hours in a bid to win. Yesterday, I did all my online activities from my phone as a result. Stratos deserves his own video. He's widely suspected of cheating, but in reality, he's just a good player with terrible habits. He doesn't play honorably, he's just a king of exploiting the game's many flaws in order to skew results in his favor. Chinese character guy is pretty much every Chinese player in this game. Teleporting balls, ghost goals, weird lag at the most inconvenient minutes. If you're about to score, the ball somehow ends up in his possession. If he is even remotely close to your half of the field, the ball will teleport into your net. The game always glitches with Asian players. How much of that is due to poor netcode and how much of it is them cheating is debatable, however. Today, however, I want to focus on the absolute, undisputed emperor of the cheat heap. A guy whose cheats aren't just under the radar, they're so evident and blatant that even someone who doesn't play this game will be able to tell that something is off. Black is currently the undisputed first-ranked champion in RONC Ranked, and it's important we take a look at the means by which he got there. So here it is. My 2 games against Black.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
It really doesn't take long to notice Black as a cheat. As the game starts, you can already see his created players all move faster than the normal amount, without even having to run. My run is their walk. And without even having to dribble any of my guys, or even approach any of them, without even having to charge his shot bar. Oh, we're going to be in for a treat, aren't we? Well, at least I have the ball now, right? Wrong, because his players move at warp speed, while in comparison, my guys move like they've been pounding down meatball subs and taking bong rips before the game. So naturally, he just teleports onto the ball. In a show of defiance, Yagami Light valiantly forces a duel here, but my merely human fingers are no match for his button-pressing macro, and it escapes towards the goal. Somehow it manages to take down half of a Mueller's Spirit Bar. Now you can see why all his shots are instant goals, no matter where he shoots them from. Now, in the heat of the game, it's a little hard to notice, but whenever a player has the ball, whatever skills you have equipped on them pop. Notice here, L passes the ball to Thatch, and his skill Center of Attention pops. Then I pass it to Ramirez, whose skill Total Focus pops. Each player you make can have up to 6 skills equipped. These skills will manifest once anytime the conditions for said skill are satisfied. Once! You cannot equip multiples of the same skill, and you can only have 6 skills equipped on any player at any given moment. Now let's go back and take a good look at his player named Black. Here goes. As soon as Black descends upon the ball, Glass Ace, Glass Ace, full power tackle, Glass Ace, Glass Ace, Glass Ace, Glass Ace, Glass Ace. Glass Ace popped 7 times and full power tackle popped once. That's already 8 skills right there, 7 of which are the same skill. And it's no mystery why he chose Glass Ace. Basically, it increases all of his stats for the first 30 minutes of play, and is by far the greatest percentage of increase offered a skill. I believe it's calculated to be a 25% increase. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's assume it's a 25% increase. So his max stat guy's 99 on every stat, plus 7 Glass Ace pops, which would be a 175% increase, and you've just turned those 99s into 272s all around. It's no surprise that all his created characters have an overflowing hex around their skills. Want proof? Here it is. Alright, so the second time I played him, I decided I wanted to see the full extent of his stat-based cheating, and then I got the chance when I kicked the ball out so I could get a 2-minute break in which I could use the marking system to see what his players are packing. Alright, Alberto, spy for me here, bro. Horihuchi, nothing weird. Oh, whoa! Bro, look at this guy. White, black. You see anything weird in these hexes? Players made by Bandai, like Gene, normal. His own players, which he lovingly color-coded to make it easier for us, look at those stats! This is before their skills pop, too, so I'm not even going to assume it's 272. With modified skills popping, these players are probably way past that. Now, another thing I want to point out is the player costs. How can full and even overflowing hex players have costs as low as 108? I mean, my crappiest players are in the 190s in cost, and they don't even come close to reaching a full hex. And these skill costs and such, I mean, Glass Ace costs 8 skill points for crying out loud. 7 Glass Aces would add 56 points to his skill cost alone. This means whatever cheat program he's using isn't even factoring in the costs. These are his original players, just modified. This guy created characters that range between 108 and 180. Without cheats, they would be very unremarkable and below average players for online play. This guy didn't even have the skill to triple S matches in story mode. A 108 player, I can only assume his uncheated stats are in the 80s at best. This guy didn't even try to play the game in story mode. He's a mediocre player at best. His best player is 180 cost! So it should come as no surprise that... By the way, Neo Drive Shot costs 2 whole spirit bars to use, but he only had to fill 1 bar, which instantly filled. But Asa, I just read there that there's a downside to Glass Ace. The second half decreases his stats. Let me stop you right there. He has guys in his sub box that he can replace to get around that problem. I didn't get to see it, he never subbed a player on me, but former champion Othertharian assures me that he's seen it happen. Judging from what I've seen here, I have no reason to doubt Othertharian's words. Well, my ball again. Notice my walking speed and his walking speed. Neither of us is pressing the run button, but this guy runs without even needing to press run. So let me show you something. This player here is Victorino, forward for Uruguay's youth team in the game. Among the characters in the game, he is the fastest with a speed stat of 98. Now here's a side-by-side comparison of Victorino in action versus Black in action. Yeah, Black runs as fast as 5 Victorinos gacked up on some Walter White quality meth. Now from here on out, he just played Keat Ball to flex on me as if he'd owned me somehow, as if he'd outplayed me, as if he'd actually accomplished something amazing. No reason to play this way. It would have been more interesting if he'd just scored 50 goals on me or so. I guess he's afraid that if he scores too much, Bandai might take notice of him and actually ban him. There's gotta be a logical reason he refuses to score more than 2 or 3 on people. But before we move to match number 2, a couple of things to point out. Look at his defender here, White. Let's count how many emotional support pops he gets, shall we? Now I counted about 10 of them, but they go by really fast. It's really hard to tell. Put your guess in the comments section. For sure there's more than 6 pops. Now did you notice what happened to me there briefly? If you put your controller down for any purpose for any reason, this lovely message pops up. Yeah, gee, thanks, Bandai. I'm glad to know you're more interested in penalizing me for not being able to do anything than you are in actually banning an actual cheater. They aren't kidding either. If this happens a second time, they auto-forfeit you, you lose 5 sportsmanship points, and the other guy is automatically awarded the win. Bandai, you're fighting your war against the wrong people here. This is why your game is dying. No one wants to have to play against an obvious cheater, but you force us and even threaten us with banning if we happen to leave a game against someone like Black. They banned their ex-champion, Other Therian, for this exact reason. A guy who should by all means be their top-ranked champion, a guy who plays honorably and skillfully, gets shafted in favor of a guy who, as you can clearly see, is obviously cheating. Bandai, you need to fix this.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Viva la raza!
Now you're probably wondering why his Team Hex isn't quite fully full. Easy explanation, he happens to have a few legal players in there from the game with low costs like Ishihara and Horiguchi, both worth 27 cost. He also has Jin and Wakabayashi in there who naturally bring down the average. Anyhow, here's my second game against him, pretty much the same stuff as the first, as you'll quickly realize. Yep, so he starts once again by passing the ball to Pink. Pink then proceeds to walk as fast as the Flash having sex with Sonic, and of course ignoring my defenders like they're vegans at an all-you-can-eat meat buffet, and running pointlessly actually, because as we know he can shoot anytime he wants. And then after he gets tired of existing a little bit, he kicks his trademark one-spirit barred Neo Drive shot, and yeah. Well said, baby. I'm actually surprised Mueller got a finger to it this time. I'm proud of you, Mueller. Okay, so right here, since I know I have no chance in hell of even remotely winning, my game is just try to see how long I can keep the ball away from his Mexican speedball-fueled players. Turns out, not very long at all. I mean, my guys have Hermit Purple and his guys all have the World equipped. We know how this ends. I'm in awe of the skill displayed. We're having fun here, aren't we? Bandai, this is you. This is your champion. Anyhow, I basically stood there going, well, what should I even do? And then I remembered, oh yeah, if I don't move Light Yagami quickly, they're gonna ban me. So I guess I'll move the ball until I can no longer move the ball. So after a few pointless passes between my players in a bid to pretend this is still a fair fight anymore, it happens. The ultimate in fishy play. Did you catch that? Yeah, neither did I. Let's slow down the action and see. In just one frame, the ball inexplicably teleports from Disco Stew to black. One frame! One frame! How? Did he just press the give me the ball button? Anyhow, second verse, same as the first. He just birdcaged me the rest of the match. God forbid Bandai actually catches him cheating, eh? But now you know, dear viewer, and knowing's half the battle. And I hope you'll help me by tweeting this video to Bandai Namco. Please, help me as a fellow gamer. I want the rightful champ reinstated and the cheaters that plague the online play to go away. Bandai, I beg of you. I love your game, it just needs a lot of actual love and attention, not microtransactions. Stop threatening your loyal players who try to do their best, and stop rewarding cheaters. That's all I've got for you today. If you liked what you saw, give me a hell yeah. Till next time, dear viewer.
I would like to thank and dedicate this video to Other Therian. Credit where credit is due. OT is the only dude that managed to tie black at his cheating game. You are insane, bro. Respect to you.